An anthology of readings of Almighty God's words. The work of spreading the gospel is also the work of saving man. All people need to understand the aims of my work on earth, that is, what I ultimately wish to gain, and what level I must achieve in this work before it can be complete. If, after walking with me to this day, people do not understand what my work is all about, then have they not walked with me in vain? If people follow me, they should know my will. I have been working on earth for thousands of years, and to this day I continue to carry out my work thus. Although my work contains many projects, its purpose remains unchanged, though I am filled with judgment and chastisement toward man. For example, what I do is still for the sake of saving him, and for the sake of better spreading my gospel and further expanding my work among all the Gentile nations, once man has been made complete. So today, at a time when many people have long since sunk deep into dismay, I still continue with my work. I continue the work I must do to judge and chastise man. Despite the fact that man is fed up with what I say, and he has no desire to concern himself with my work, I am still carrying out my duty, for the purpose of my work remains unchanged, and my original plan will not be broken. The function of my judgment is to enable man to better obey me, and the function of my chastisement is to allow man to more effectively be changed. Though what I do is for the sake of my management, I have never done anything that was without benefit to man, for I wish to make all the nations beyond Israel as obedient as the Israelites, to make them into real human beings, that I might have a foothold in the lands outside Israel. This is my management. It is the work I am accomplishing among the Gentile nations. Even now, many people still do not understand my management, because they have no interest in such things, and care only for their own futures and destinations. No matter what I say, they remain indifferent to the work that I do, instead focusing exclusively on their destinations of tomorrow. If things go on in this way, how can my work expand? How can my gospel be spread throughout the world? Know that when my work spreads, I will scatter you and smite you just as Jehovah smote each of the tribes of Israel. All this will be done so that my gospel may spread across the earth, so that it may reach the Gentile nations, so that my name may be magnified by adults and children alike, and my holy name exalted in the mouths of people from all tribes and nations. It is so that in this final era, my name may be magnified among the Gentile nations, so that my deeds may be seen by the Gentiles, and they will call me the Almighty on account of my deeds, and so that my words may soon come to pass. I will make all people know that I am not only the God of the Israelites, but also the God of all the nations of the Gentiles, even those that I have cursed. I will let all people see that I am the God of all creation. This is my greatest work, the purpose of my work plan for the last days, and the only work to be fulfilled in the last days. It is only during the last days that the work I have been managing for thousands of years is entirely revealed to man. It is only now that I have disclosed the full mystery of my management to man, and man has learned the purpose of my work, and moreover, has come to understand all my mysteries. I have already told man everything of the destination about which he is concerned. I have already uncovered for man all of my mysteries, mysteries that were hidden for over 5,900 years. Who is Jehovah? Who is the Messiah? Who is Jesus? You should know all this. My work turns upon these names. Have you understood that? How should my holy name be proclaimed? How should my name be spread to any of the nations that have called upon me by any of my names? My work is expanding, and I will spread the fullness of it to any and all nations. Since my work has been carried out in you, I will smite you, just as Jehovah smote the shepherds of the house of David in Israel, causing you to be scattered among every nation. For in the last days I will crush all the nations into smithereens, and cause their people to be distributed anew. When I return again, the nations will have already been divided along boundaries set by my burning flames. At that time, I will manifest myself anew to humanity as the scorching sun, showing myself openly to them in the image of the Holy One whom they have never seen, walking among the multitudinous nations, just as I, Jehovah, once walked among the Jewish tribes. From then on, I will lead humanity in their lives upon the earth. There they will surely behold my glory, and they will also surely behold a pillar of cloud in the air to lead them in their lives, for I shall make my appearance in holy places. Man will see my day of righteousness, and also my glorious manifestation. That will happen when I reign on all the earth and bring my many sons into glory. Everywhere on earth, men will bow down, and my tabernacle will be firmly erected amidst humanity, upon the rock of the work I carry out today. People will serve me too in the temple, the altar, covered with filthy and loathsome things. I will smash into pieces and build anew. Newborn lambs and calves will be piled upon the holy altar. I will tear down the temple of today and build a new one. The temple that stands now, full of abhorrent people, will collapse, and the one that I build will be filled with servants loyal to me. They will once again stand up and serve me for the sake of the glory of my temple. You will surely see the day on which I receive great glory, and you will also surely see the day when I tear down the temple and build a new one. Also, you will surely see the day of the coming of my tabernacle into the world of men. As I smash the temple, so will I bring my tabernacle into the world of men, just as they behold my descent. After I crush all the nations, I will gather them together anew, thenceforth building my temple and establishing my altar, that all may offer sacrifice to me, serve me in my temple, and faithfully devote themselves to my work in the Gentile nations. They will be as Israelites of the present day, decked out in a priestly robe and crown, with the glory of me, Jehovah, in their midst, and my majesty hovering over them and abiding with them. My work in the Gentile nations will also be executed in the same way. As my work in Israel was, so will my work in the Gentile nations be, because I will expand my work in Israel and spread it to the nations of the Gentiles. Now is the time when my Spirit performs great work, and the time when I commence my work among the Gentile nations. More than that, it is the time when I classify all created beings, putting each one into their respective category, so that my work may proceed more swiftly and effectively. And so, what I ask of you is still that you offer up your whole being to all my work, and furthermore, that you clearly discern and make certain of all the work I have done in you, and put all your strength into my work, so it can become more effective. This is what you must understand. Desist from fighting amongst yourselves, looking for a way back, or seeking fleshly comforts, which would delay my work and delay your wonderful future. Far from protecting you, doing so would bring destruction upon you. Wouldn't this be foolish of you? That which you greedily enjoy today is the very thing that is ruining your future, whereas the pain you suffer today is the very thing that is protecting you. You must be clearly aware of these things, so as to avoid falling prey to temptations, from which you will be hard put to extricate yourself, and to evade blundering into the dense fog and being unable to find the sun. When the dense fog clears, you will find yourself amid the judgment of the great day. By that time, my day will be drawing near to mankind. How will you escape my judgment? How will you be able to endure the scorching heat of the sun? When I bestow my abundance on man, he does not cherish it in his bosom, but casts it aside to a place where no one will notice it. When my day descends upon man, he will no longer be able to discover my abundance, or find the bitter words of truth I spoke unto him long ago. He will wail and cry, because he has lost the brightness of the light and fallen into darkness. What you see today is merely the sharp sword of my mouth. You have not seen the rod in my hand, or the flame with which I burn man, and that is why you are still haughty and intemperate in my presence. That is why you still fight with me in my home, disputing with your human tongue that which I have spoken with my mouth. Man does not fear me, and though he continues to cast himself in enmity to me even today, he remains without any fear. You have the tongue and the teeth of the unrighteous in your mouths. Your words and deeds are like those of the serpent that enticed Eve to sin. You demand from each other an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And you struggle in my presence to wrest position, fame, and profit for yourselves. Yet you do not know that I am secretly watching your words and deeds. Before you even come into my presence, I have sounded the very bottom of your hearts. Man always wishes to escape the grasp of my hand and elude the observation of my eyes, but I have never dodged away from his words or deeds. Instead, I purposefully allow those words and deeds to enter my eyes, that I may chastise man's unrighteousness and execute judgment on his rebellion. Thus, man's words and deeds in secret remain always before my judgment seat, and my judgment has never left man, for his rebellion is too much. My work is to burn and purify all the words and deeds of man that were uttered and done in the presence of my Spirit. In this way, when I leave the earth, people will still maintain their loyalty to me and will still serve me as my holy servants do in my work, allowing my work on earth to continue until the day it is complete.